What if I told you that one motorcycle has spent nearly 2 decades terrifying competitors, humiliating ordinary cruisers, and building a cult following so loyal that riders refuse to let it die? Meet the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R, a machine that continues to dominate conversations whenever the words power cruiser are mentioned. While many manufacturers chase touchscreen dashboards, endless riding modes, and luxury touring features, Suzuki has stayed true to a simple formula: build a motorcycle so powerful, so aggressive, and so unforgettable that riders can't stop talking about it. The M109R has always stood apart from traditional cruisers thanks to its massive V-twin engine, muscular styling, and drag bike attitude. Even in today's market, few motorcycles deliver the same combination of brute force and visual intimidation. That's why enthusiasts around the world still consider it one of the most exciting cruisers ever built. The 2026 version promises to continue that legacy with the same unmistakable personality that made the M109R legendary. This isn't a motorcycle for riders who want to blend in. It's for riders who want every traffic light to feel like a starting line and every ride to feel like a special occasion. And trust me, the story gets even crazier from here. The first time you see the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R, you'll immediately understand why people stop and stare. This motorcycle doesn't look like a cruiser, it looks like a weapon. The stretched fuel tank, enormous rear tire, muscular bodywork, and aggressive riding position create a silhouette that appears more drag racer than boulevard cruiser. Suzuki intentionally designed the M109R to stand apart from every other motorcycle in its class, and even today, very few machines can match its road presence. The massive 240mm rear tire remains one of its signature features, giving the motorcycle a brutally wide stance that instantly grabs attention. The low profile, streamlined headlight cowl, and drag-style handlebars reinforce its muscle bike identity. According to Suzuki, the M109R combines high-performance technology with a unique, exciting style unlike any other cruiser in its lineup. Every panel appears sculpted around the giant V-twin engine, making the motorcycle look powerful even when parked. This is the kind of machine that attracts crowds at fuel stations and motorcycle events. It doesn't rely on chrome overload or retro nostalgia. Instead, it delivers pure visual aggression. And that's exactly why riders continue falling in love with it year after year. Now let's talk about the reason the M109R became a legend. Hidden beneath that muscular bodywork is a massive 1,783cc liquid-cooled DOHCV twin engine designed to produce enormous torque and relentless acceleration. Suzuki describes it as an engine built to deliver a huge wave of tractable power, from just off idle all the way to redline. The moment you twist the throttle, you understand exactly what they mean. This motorcycle doesn't ask permission to accelerate, it simply launches forward with authority. The gigantic 112mm forged pistons are among the largest used in any production motorcycle engine, helping create the kind of torque that cruiser riders dream about. Highway passing becomes effortless. Merging into fast-moving traffic feels almost unfair. Every gear delivers a surge of power that reminds you why the M109R earned its reputation as one of the most powerful cruisers Suzuki has ever produced. Unlike many cruisers that prioritize appearance over performance, the M109R excels at both. It's a motorcycle that doesn't just look fast, it genuinely feels fast. And once riders experience that combination of sound, torque, and acceleration, it's easy to understand why so many owners become lifelong fans. One of the most fascinating things about the Suzuki Boulevard M109R is the loyalty it inspires. Spend just a few minutes in owner communities, and you'll discover something remarkable. Many riders simply refuse to replace their M109 rupees. On enthusiast forums and Reddit discussions, owners consistently describe the bike as fun, powerful, unique, and unlike anything else they've ridden. Some riders mention owning their M109 rupees for years and immediately buying another after selling or losing one. Others praise its acceleration, styling, and unforgettable road presence. Of course, no motorcycle is perfect. Some owners point out that the bike is heavy and demanding at low speeds, while others note that comfort can vary depending on rider size and riding style. But here's what's interesting. Even riders who acknowledge those drawbacks often say they'd buy another M109R without hesitation. Why? Because the motorcycle delivers something increasingly rare in today's market: character. It has personality. It has attitude. It makes every ride feel special. Riders aren't just buying transportation, they're buying an experience. And that's why the M109R continues to maintain one of the most passionate fan bases in the cruiser segment. Every legendary motorcycle has a signature soundtrack, and the M109R might have one of the best in the cruiser world. Suzuki engineers specifically focused on creating an exhaust note that captures the excitement of a massive V-twin, while maintaining performance and rideability. According to Suzuki, the exhaust system was carefully designed not only to produce power, but also to produce the sound of power. The result is a deep, thunderous rumble that instantly announces the motorcycle's presence. At idle, it sounds intimidating. Under acceleration, it transforms into a rolling symphony of mechanical aggression. It's the kind of soundtrack that encourages riders to take the long route home just to hear it a little longer. Owner communities frequently discuss aftermarket exhaust options, with many riders searching for even more aggressive tones to match the motorcycle's personality. But even in factory form, the M109R delivers a sound experience that few cruisers can match. The combination of engine size, firing pulses, and exhaust tuning creates a unique character that becomes addictive over time. It's not just noise. It's part of the motorcycle's identity, and for many riders, that sound alone is enough reason to fall in love with the M109R. If city streets reveal the M109R attitude, highways reveal its true purpose. This motorcycle was engineered to devour miles with confidence. The wide ratio 5-speed transmission, massive torque output, and shaft drive system create an effortless cruising experience that feels surprisingly refined for such an aggressive machine. Suzuki specifically designed the high 5th gear ratio to support relaxed highway travel, allowing the engine to settle into a comfortable rhythm while still providing instant passing power. The long wheelbase contributes to impressive stability at speed, while the substantial chassis keeps everything feeling planted and secure. Riders frequently describe highway riding on the M109R as smooth, powerful, and addictive. Even when loaded with a rider and passenger, the motorcycle feels capable of crossing entire states without breaking a sweat. The large fuel tank further enhances long-distance usability, reducing the frequency of fuel stops and increasing overall touring potential. This balance between muscle bike performance and real-world usability is one of the M109R's greatest strengths. It's powerful enough to thrill experienced riders while remaining comfortable enough for extended journeys. Few motorcycles manage to combine those qualities so effectively. And that's exactly why the M109R remains so respected within the cruiser community. Let's address something many reviews avoid discussing. The M109R is not a beginner motorcycle. This machine demands respect. Its size, weight, and power can be intimidating for inexperienced riders. Several owners describe it as a motorcycle that rewards skill, confidence, and proper technique. At low speeds, riders must manage a substantial amount of motorcycle. Parking lot maneuvers require attention. Tight turns require practice. And the enormous engine ensures that every throttle input matters. But here's the thing, that's also part of the appeal. Riders who learn to master the M109R often develop a strong sense of connection with the machine. The motorcycle challenges you. It demands involvement. And in return, it delivers one of the most engaging cruiser experiences available. Unlike heavily computerized motorcycles that filter every sensation, the M109R feels raw and mechanical. It reminds riders why they fell in love with motorcycles in the first place. Yes, it requires respect. Yes, it requires skill. But that's exactly what makes it rewarding. The M109R isn't trying to be easy, it's trying to be unforgettable. and judging by its reputation, it's succeeding spectacularly. The most impressive thing about the Suzuki Boulevard M109R may be its longevity. Many motorcycles become outdated after a few years. The M109R remains relevant nearly 2 decades after its introduction. That's not an accident. It's a testament to how far ahead of its time the motorcycle was. Even today, riders compare new cruisers against the M109R power outputs, styling, and road presence. Online discussions frequently highlight its performance advantage over many traditional cruisers, with owners emphasizing that few motorcycles deliver the same combination of acceleration and visual drama. Competitors may offer more technology, larger infotainment systems, or additional comfort features, but very few can replicate the M109R personality. This motorcycle occupies a unique niche that remains largely uncontested. It's not trying to be a luxury tourer. It's not trying to be a retro cruiser. It's a genuine power cruiser in the purest sense of the term. That focus gives it a clear identity that resonates with enthusiasts. And in a market where many motorcycles seem increasingly similar, identity matters. The M109R knows exactly what it is. More importantly, riders know exactly why they want one. The excitement surrounding the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R isn't just about nostalgia, it's about potential. Enthusiasts are eager to see whether Suzuki can modernize the motorcycle without sacrificing the qualities that made it legendary. Recent online discussions and speculative reviews suggest that riders want updated technology, improved safety features, and refined ergonomics while preserving the motorcycle's raw muscle cruiser character. That's a delicate balancing act. Add too much technology, and the bike risks losing its personality. Change the styling too dramatically, and loyal fans may revolt. But if Suzuki gets it right, the result could be extraordinary. The foundation is already there. A world-class engine, iconic styling, proven reliability, and a fiercely loyal fanbase. Modern updates could simply elevate an already impressive package. That's why the M109R remains one of the most anticipated cruiser motorcycles among enthusiasts. People aren't asking whether it should continue. They're asking how much better it can become, and that's a very different conversation. The M109R isn't fighting for survival, it's fighting for dominance, and based on its history, that's a battle it's more than capable of winning. So after all these years, does the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R still deserve its reputation as one of the greatest power cruisers ever built? Absolutely. This motorcycle continues to deliver everything enthusiasts want from a muscle cruiser. Massive torque, intimidating styling, unforgettable sound, and a riding experience packed with personality. It isn't perfect. No motorcycle is. But perfection was never the goal. The goal was excitement. The goal was presence. The goal was creating a motorcycle that riders would remember long after the ride ended. And by that measure, the M109R remains an overwhelming success. Few motorcycles generate the same emotional response. Few motorcycles inspire the same loyalty. And very few motorcycles can still command attention nearly 20 years after their introduction. Whether you're a longtime fan or someone discovering the M109R for the first time, there's no denying its impact on the cruiser world. It remains a symbol of power, individuality, and unapologetic performance. But now we want to hear from you. Is the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R still the king of power cruisers? Would you choose it over modern competitors? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because the next legendary motorcycle review is coming sooner than you think.